Hey, shippers. So this is partially a test to Facebook Live because I've been having issues with it, but I also used this analogy to explain to a client last week why their seemingly simple request was actually really challenging to do technically. And I wanted to share that with you. So, and this is specific to WordPress because that's the platform that we build our websites on. So imagine that WordPress is a house. And your house comes with certain core features. So it comes with a certain color wall, certain number of rooms. And so you start with those core features. And if you want to change how your house looks, then you go out and you get a different theme. And your theme controls how your website actually looks, what fonts are used, what colors are used, the backgrounds, things like that. So that's really easy to change, and you control that in your theme. Now, if you want another room on your house, some functionality that doesn't exist in your core house, then that would be a plugin. So you would go and you would search the plugin repository, or perhaps buy a premium plugin and add that to your WordPress site in order to get that functionality. So what happens if you want to change something about your theme that doesn't come with the theme, or you want to change something about a plugin, some behavior? And the request that I had from this client was to change the color, color code their booking calendar so that if there were a certain number of people booked on a shuttle, then there would be a color code to show that there were a certain number of people booked. And that would mean that that shuttle is guaranteed, which is great if you have a small group and you want to know that your shuttle is definitely gonna be there. So we looked into this. I had my development team look into this, and they discovered that because of the way this plugin is built, it would actually be really challenging and probably ill-advised. And here's the analogy for why that is. If you want to change something like the color of your walls, your theme has a certain color wall and you want to change it, that's really easily done. And you can add custom CSS, which is the programming language that controls presentation of websites. And what you're really doing is you're not so much painting the wall as you're, putting glasses on everyone who comes into that room so that they perceive the color that you want them to perceive. So you're not actually changing core. You're just saying, hey, you're telling core, when people come into this room, I want it to be this color, and you put the rose-colored glasses on people. Right? So if you want to change functionality, you can also do that, but it really depends on how that plugin is built and how many hooks, how many opportunities that plugin developer has given you to change different things about the plugin. If the hooks are not there, then the change that you want to make is more like the equivalent of going in and, tearing out a wall. And whenever you add something to WordPress, be it a theme or a plugin, there are always going to be updates to those themes and plugins. And you don't want to change that core code, because when that developer releases an update, it's going to overwrite everything you do. So if you go into a core theme and you change the color of the wall, then an update's going to come along and it's going to wipe out your change. Whereas if you use the glasses approach, they're going to update that core theme, but people who go in are still going to have the rose-colored glasses. They're still going to see what you want them to see. So if you, in order to make a change to a plugin and functionality, need to go in and tear out that wall, well, guess what? When that plugin updates, they're going to come in and they're going to rebuild the wall the way they want it, and all your changes are going to be gone. And so that's why this request was more complicated than it seemed. And you never, ever, ever want to change the core code of WordPress, the core code of any theme that you're working with, or the core code of any plugin that you get from an outside developer, because you're going to lose the advantage of having that entire team solely focused on keeping those things up to date and approved kind of WordPress way to make changes to things, and then there's a bad way to make changes to things, and that's when you want to start painting walls and knocking down things of what other people have built. So I hope that helps and makes sense of, I think, a technical topic that's really confusing to a lot of people. And let me know in the comments what you think about this, and if it was useful and if it helped you kind of understand this better. All right, thanks for watching.